Hey parents, it's Pastor Jim again coming to you this week. And again, this is a time where I want to be personal with you as far as the video is concerned and just let you know from my own mouth what's going on in the youth ministry. And what I wanted to do this week is instead of talking about what we're doing in the youth ministry, first I want to talk about you. And specifically, how you're doing with Jesus. What does it look like for you to be a follower of Christ, a disciple of Christ? And the idea of a disciple, if you're not familiar with it, is the whole idea of being an apprentice, about following in the footsteps of the master, hearing what they're saying, looking at what they're doing, understanding them, doing what they do, and then eventually that master turns over the reins to the follower. And that's what Jesus is calling us to as far as being disciples that make disciples from the Great Commission. Go and make disciples. And so the challenge is for all of us is to really think about these qualities of a disciple. What is that? And in the youth ministry, we're looking at 4 areas of what it means to be a disciple. First of all, it's prayerfulness. Secondly, it's extravagant love. Thirdly, it's life is worship. And fourthly, it's studying to know God. I'm not sure how this is going to show up here, but I'm going to do my best to show it to you as best I can in the quadrants. You'll see there, if you can, there's 4 areas that I just mentioned, and we're challenging students to really think about what that means in their lives, how they're doing. Perhaps not working at all 4 areas, but just one area, if they could pick one area to work on. And so what I want to challenge you with, and as I challenge myself with it as well, is how are you doing with Jesus? Which area do you need to work on? As far as prayer, do you find yourself talking to God on a regular basis? Just communing with Him, talking with Him, just like you would a friend about everything that you're dealing with? Or is that hard for you? As far as extravagant love, do you feel like you're being compassionate and generous to people? Or do you feel like it's easy for you to get annoyed at people, to be frustrated, that it's always someone else's problem if they hurt you? Or how about life as worship? What we mean by that is simply the way you approach life and what you value and what you do and what you spend your money on. Does it reflect that Jesus is the most important thing to you? Or does it reflect that there's something else that's most important to you? And the fourth one is studying to know God. Do you feel like as you follow Christ that you are spending time in the Word, that you're growing in that? There was a seminary professor that I had in school that told the class one thing. I'll never forget it. He said, you can't take someone somewhere where you have not already been. And we were talking about evangelism and discipleship, and it really stuck with me. I cannot challenge my kids to go somewhere that I haven't already been. Have I been there with God? Has God taken me to that step? Or does He need to take me to that step first before I challenge someone else?